Hey guys, this video is basically a to-do list for the week, kind of walking you through everything you need to get done this week. This is right here, all week one, emotion and color. You are going to start by, actually before, honestly, just read through all of these to start. That's what I would do, so you know what you're doing this week. Now notice that our project is this data driven color wheel. Notice it's not turned until next Friday. So the due date on that is next Friday. Typically all of our projects are 2 weeks. So I just want you to know that you have 2 weeks once we start this. So project description, if you click that, and I'll just click it for you, this is information you're going to need to know to complete this assignment. This isn't an assignment, this is a notes page. So go through and in your artist journal, write down these vocabulary terms. Go through, read what a color wheel is, read what data is, what the psychology of color is, and then read about the project and the requirements. There's some photos here. We're going to be making a data-driven color wheel. There's my example. So let's go back and see the rest. You guys can look through that on your own. I'm not going to do that. The next thing is these steps. This is what you're going to need to, honestly, you can just write this in your artist journal, what the steps are, and check them off. So write down step 1, you're matching every color of the color wheel to an emotion of your choice. Write this down, and then when you do it, check in your artist journal. Done. This is what it should look like. Then you're doing a pie chart, and we'll get to all this in a minute. But go through all of those and make sure you make a to-do list with a check mark. So discussion, we always have discussion, so there's your discussion. The only thing is this week we have some extra work we're doing. We're not necessarily working so much on the color wheel yet because we got to do some prep work for that. I would say by Friday you need to have drawn the color wheel out and your chart and everything you're creating. And next week we'll start painting. If you're at home, you might be doing a different media. Journal prompt, there's this journal prompt, the psychology of color data, and that is what I just showed you that last picture of there. So tallying up your emotions for 2 to 3 days when you felt that emotion. So basically, color, red, emotion, loving, how many times did I feel that over those 2 to 3 days? If you take a lot of data, you probably only need to do 2 days. If you don't have very much data, I would extend it an extra day. And that's happening this week, right away. I need you to start this today. So this is your first thing you should do is this journal prompt. Then, and it's all explained there. Then this is going to be, you can do this maybe tomorrow or the next day. This journal prompt is just looking at colors because we're talking about color theory. And this journal prompt is with watercolor, and it's just in your journal. You can do that again later in the week, but just know, don't lose this step right here. Allow your colors to dry in between. And then also this last thing, you're going to choose 5 colors and give them a name. That is your second journal prompt. And then this one isn't a journal prompt. This is an assignment on your iPad. You need to go to Google Sheets, and you're going to create a pie chart based off your data. So in column A, and this explains it, you'd put all your colors, and then in column B, you'd put your tallies of how many you had for those 2 to 3 days. So for red, how many times I felt the loving emotion, 28 times over 2 days. Red, orange, accomplished, I think is red, orange for me, is 8. And your guys's are going to be different, but not your colors, your emotions will be different than mine. And then you're going to input all that info into a pie chart so you can visually see when you make your chart. It doesn't have to be a pie chart, but you can see red should be abundant. Yellow will be the next biggest. This one's going to be super small, just so you can visually see what that will look like for whatever chart you create. And that's it. So that's what we're doing this week. Again, I would like you this week to get to step 6, which is drawing in pencil, drawing out your chart. I did this fun chart. I saw it on is on here. God, it's kind of like this, but I just Google searched and found a chart I wanted to do. I liked this. It looked like mountains. So it's kind of like a bar graph. So I have my numbers here. I made room for my key, labeled everything. I used a ruler, so everything's nice and straight. If you're at home and you don't have a ruler, you can use the edge of a book. That will be straight. And this is the step I want you to get to by the end of the week, step 6. So next week we can paint in, or if you're at home, you're using a different media, you can use that media. So that's your to-do list for the week.